to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we live in different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walk the mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running. Toes they gonna take
this is what we got to tell.
Every fan doing this.
I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Oh, snap. Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. We have a great episode for y'all today. I know y'all been waiting a long time, all weekend. Well, since Sunday, I should say, for this episode to happen. But we here now. I got two of my bros with me. Before I introduce my brothers, y'all know I got to let y'all know what we're going to talk about today. First, speaking of one of my brothers, Cowboys. They made a head coach decision. Not only head coach decision, head coach probably like, come on, man. But then the DC guy knows he's probably like, okay, man. So we're going to see what Tomo got to say about the Dallas Cowboys and their new coaching hires, all right? My bro, other bro, Davey Dallas, Miami Heat. A lot of drama in the Heat. Jimmy Butler suspended again. We got to see what Miami Heat is going to do with Jimmy Butler. Dave is going to react to that. And then myself, we got some drama all over our teams, right? De'Aaron Fox, news came out today that we are open to trade De'Aaron Fox. If you don't know who he is, Sacramento Kings like to be. I'm a Kings fan, and I'm going to address that. But then we had a great weekend of football. We had an NFC Championship game, AFC Championship game. We got to recap both of those games, but we got guests come on the show, y'all. We got my boy Cam. He was here last week, preaching to the choir. He going to be back today. We got my boy Mark coming on. He's going to be in his car probably, right with some tears. I understand, man. I want to do the same thing. We got my boy Calvin can't make it. But we got my boy New Dino Blaze. Say New Dino Blaze. That's how his IG name. Right?
He did.
So my boy Dino Blaze coming on this show. Too bad we're not going to have the chorus. He said he can't make it. But I got my bros with me. Davey Dollars himself, Mr. Doghouse himself. We got Missy Get Done Son, co-host of In the Red Corner, on the way to 500 subscribers. Make sure you guys go subscribe to both of their channels, by the way. How y'all doing, fellas?
Setting my scene. I've been waiting for this day. It's been since week 6. A Commander fan kept calling me out, Joe, and I told him this day will come. And he who laughed first, don't laugh last, because I'm getting that last laugh today. Mark, my boy. Can't wait till you come on here. I ain't gonna have too much to say because Blaze gonna carry it. The guests got more to say. So I'm gonna just get my jokes off while I can. So I'm here, fellas. I also wore black because of everything that's going on with the turmoil between all of our franchises on this panel right now. We got Miami Heat going through some things, the Cowboys just picking up coaches, and then Joe, the Kings, they running like the Cowboys at this point. Like they getting rid of players, coaches. I don't know. But Dave, how you, man?
I'm excited. I'm excited about today's show, even though we do have some drama to talk about when it comes to Miami Heat. But shoot, look, I ain't the only one with drama. Joe got drama himself. So De'Aaron Fox, I'm pretty sure he wasn't expecting to hear that today. I wasn't expecting to hear it. It came out of nowhere. But I had to report it as soon as I seen it. Well, I didn't report it. Joe reported it. I reported the rest of it. But, it's crazy, man. It's crazy what's going on in the NBA. And then, we got some sadness going on today. The Commanders, got to the NFC Championship game and then lost. Just one of them days. But you know what, Joe? It's something exciting to know that at least you guys made it to NFC Championship game, something that we have done as well. So it's all right, man. At least at least Tomo, it's not a shot at you. I just saw you looking. It's not a shot at you. I wasn't thinking that.
I ain't been there forever.
But it's now you see how I feel to get to a certain spot. It's not all you want. This not enough. You want to win more. So congratulations on getting there. And I just can't wait to hear what Tomo gonna say about the Cowboys, because that's interesting for me right now. But again, man, it's Tuesday. Tuesday starts with a T. It's another word that starts with a T. Turn me up.
Turn me up.
Jody, do you think?
Hey, Dave, we not sad. I'm wearing this jersey with some pride. We not sad. Let me throw these on because you know why? The future bright. The future is bright, so we ain't tripping. I was sad on Sunday. You catch me on Sunday? I was a little sad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting a little inside before I get an introduction. Cause I'm not gonna be able to talk when the Commanders come on. Either I'm gonna sit down and let them talk. All right. Watch the game. It's pretty sad. Hype at first though. Standing up, did the national anthem and everything. Stood up, held my chest. All right. Like I was at the game. Had the little shout out to the Redskins. Sorry. Blanket on the couch. Wife walks in. I know the story with my wife. Walked in late, did her thing. She's like, "Oh, you a nerd for this?" I'm like, "Hey, I'm setting my scene." Shout out to Tomo, all right?
There we go.
I'm chilling, right? I'm having a good time. First drive, I'm excited. Let's go. More chains. Let's go. We get a field goal. I was cool. Saquon Barkley on the first play. May I have this seat? Yes, that's my seat. I sat down first again, bro. Yeah. And then look, for the husbands out there, you know what I'm talking about. Had a basketball game later on that day. Sorry, y'all, if I'm talking too much. Had a basketball game later on that day. We got a dub. I felt good. Forgot all about the game. You know what I mean? We won. Boy had a good game. Boy had 12 points, 12 points, 17 rebounds, 5 steals. I was balling.
Okay, Joe.
And then after the game, my wife says, "I know you feel good after happened to that game." Get home.
Hey.
I stayed a little later. Play kick of the court. Hooping, you know what I mean? We was playing. Get home like at 10:30, took a shower. I get in the bed. First thing wifey asked me, "You tired?" I was like, "Yeah." That's how you know I was sad. I told her, "Yeah." So end up going to sleep, nothing happened, and now we here.
Emotional damage.
That was perfect, bro. That was perfect.
Hey, so we here though. But look, we got a great show for y'all today, man. We are streaming this on 3 platforms: X, YouTube, and Facebook. So make sure y'all like the video on all 3 platforms. Make sure y'all subscribe and follow on all of our social media platforms. You can follow us everywhere at Refuse to Lose Sports, but on X at R2L Sports. And then send this video to somebody so they can come on and watch live with you, because you can be involved in the show by being in the comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting out throughout the show. Shout out to my boy Daniel for being the first comment. Yo, we see you. Appreciate you. Shout out to Blaze. Blaze tried to mimic me. He sounded crazy. Move them, Jay. Shout out to Carl being in the comments also. Y'all had a great season. Appreciate you, Carl. But the chorus better. He now on the show. He now on the show. And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, floor is yours.
In stunning fashion, one team that can't seem to get to the big dance is always going to find a way to be a part of the discussion. It's kind of like another person that's in the chat with the main character syndrome. They're just going to find a way to make it about themselves when everybody else is just having a casual conversation. And here comes Jerry Jones saying, "Well, I got a coach. It might be Prime." Then Michael Irvin going to rant and say it's Prime. Prime got to come here. Prime time for your mind. Deion Sanders, he's going to change the culture. And then Jerry said, wait. Not Prime. I was talking about we going to announce it at prime time on Friday. I got another coach for y'all, but not him. What are y'all talking about? We didn't even talk. I never talked to him. Dallas Cowboys announced their head coach Friday evening. Because I told you, Joe, there's nothing that could have stopped that Sunday game. There's nothing Jerry could have did unless he signed Deion. So he said, "I'm going to just do it on Friday night when everybody's done with the games." Kind of like watching the Shakur Stevenson. But He announced it Friday when nobody was expecting it. Brian Schottenheimer, America's next top coach. The Dallas Cowboys, man, they're going to find a way. So after he did the press conference on Monday, they finally signed their defensive coordinator, Matt Eberflus, former head coach for the Chicago Bears, another coordinator who gave the Commanders a tough time, but that's neither here nor there because if you see how that game ended, you know what's going to happen in Dallas. If the cornerbacks arguing with the crowd, imagine what the Cowboys going to do, but that's neither here nor there. America's team and Jerry Jones said, Brian Schottenheimer, how about them Cowboys? Yeah! They bring back the 90s feel. Everybody else is doing it, but they actually reliving it in real time. The guys asked me to talk about this, but I really don't have too much to say. Honestly, like I don't know what to say. We talked about it on Friday. I told y'all it's funny that I said he's gonna announce it right after the show. I said, watch they go ahead and sign somebody. I threw out a joke and said Mike McCarthy might come back, but all signs pointed to Brian. And Brian, he got up there Monday, and I just kept saying, he sound like somebody we had before. And he just kept talking. I was like, he sound like Jason Garrett a little bit. Like his tone just sound Jason Garrett-esque. And I'm just sitting there like, here we go again, bro. We can't go 8-8. So that's the good part about it. That's the only good thing about it. And then Dak sitting in the crowd, you know, Jerry shouting him out, talking about the contract. He threw a little shot at him, talking something. It wasn't me that took too long. He had that right, Dak. And Dak like, hey, bro, what you doing? What you doing? Some of the big name stars wasn't there also. But if Cowboy fans ask me to give them a gleam of hope, the one thing I can say is the only time Jerry Jones spends money in free agency is when he gets a new head coach. So that's a glimmer of hope right there. Mm-hmm. Another thing is I'm going to give this guy a year or two to figure it out as far as what we're going to do. I'm not saying Super Bowl. I only said Super Bowl on this show once, and we almost had a chance, and then we went out there and played Green Bay. But outside of that, I'm going to give it 2 years, see how this coach does. We're going to be competitive a little bit because of the continuity between this play call. Well, he wasn't even calling the plays. He was just scheming up things. So basically, he was like a consultant for the Cowboys for a few years. So the continuity between him and the quarterback is going to be nice. Having him actually come in and say he's going to focus in on the running game is also going to be nice as well, seeing as though we got a draft pick and a draft full of running backs. So that's also going to be nice. Another thing is Matt Eberflus was not a great head coach, but he was a linebacker coach for the Dallas Cowboys between, I think, like 2011 to 2017, I think, something like that. That was around the time we had Sean Lee. But either way, sometimes being a good head coach ain't your calling card. Sometimes it's being a coordinator. Ain't that right, Cliff? And maybe you could just find your calling with Michael Parsons. Maybe you could strike lightning in a bottle and make some things happen. So, again, I'm going to give him a shot. It ain't the coach I wanted. Maybe it's not the coach we all wanted. Maybe it's the coach we actually needed. Because sometimes you give a first-time coach a chance, and it might go the way you want it to. That's all I got for you, Cowboy fans.
So do you think the Eberflus hire was really good, though?
I like it. I mean, for everybody that's out there.
I mean, I want revenge for real. I said he want revenge for real.
It's personal, it sounds like, right? Shout out Cardo, man, being a member for 18 months. Shout out to R2L. Man, A-Tone, change is coming. We should be good. We about to, all right. We gonna be all right. You know, we might be all right. You know, but we about to run the ball heavy. Our DC loves linebackers, so Overshown and Marisal gonna eat. Nah, you right about that one, but we gotta see how Overshown gonna recover from the injury. We also got Trayvon Diggs, who probably won't even play next year. So we get some defensive tackles, I might believe in this defense a little bit more. But until then, man, it's just too much. I'm sorry. There's no coach that defense. Matter of fact, let me do it like this. Until Jerry spent some money in free agency, I can't buy into the season just yet.
Yeah, 26 in cap space.
They can restructure some things. We ain't got y'all type of money, but they can restructure some things.
Not Teddy type of money.
You know, we got spaghetti at home money. When we do a little, we get a Happy Meal. Y'all can go to Roof Chris.
Yeah, we ain't good.
Facts.
You ain't.
We get Roof Chris. What the Patriots eating?
Man, they probably own it.
Whatever they want. They got a chef in the house.
Yeah,
they got private chefs.
Oh, it's good. Okay. Carlos said on a scale of 1 through 10, I got it out of 6. What about you, Tomo? On these hires.
I'm gonna agree with him on that one. I'm a 6. I'm like you going into the season. I'm not too overly optimistic. I'm just here to see how it plays out.
Good stance. You should be. Yeah, I'm with you with that.
Carl, stop that, man.
You know what's crazy? Every time the media overkill something, it backfires. Everybody's saying this is the worst hire of the all season, and it might look like one of the best hires next season. So let's see.
All you gotta do is be better than the Jets and the Bears. If he better than the Jets and the Bears, he might can do something because those were the two big names.
The Bears gonna be tough. They got some money too.
Bears gonna be nice. They got a new head coach, new OC, new DC.
Oh, check for the head coach.
That's 6 for the head coach. Oh,
what about you, Tomo? For the head coach, what you got? 1 through 10.
I'm gonna give it a 5 because I'm on the fence. I'm gonna give it a 5.
Yeah, you don't know. Okay,
I'm on the fence.
I like that stance. All right, let's get it then. I like that stance.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean,
hopefully y'all competitive, bro. I just want y'all to be competitive. I know some people.
I know a few teams we gonna beat up on. I know a few. The Giants.
Oh yeah.
And who?
I mean, as long as Dak out there, I can talk trash in the NFC East in the regular season. Like, yeah, come to playoffs, we might got a different story. But right now, like, he a top 3 quarterback in the NFC East.
He better be top.
What I did there. What I did there. Okay. Wanted to make sure y'all was listening.
I heard that. I said NFC East. I was like, of course he is. He better be.
Yeah, gotta keep y'all on y'all toes. Just like my man down in South Beach. Every day he doing something different. Y'all heard me talk about the Cowboys, right? So we going from South Beach to Stress Beach. Because look, my man stressed out. He already know what we about to do right here. And it's really Jimmy Butler versus the Miami Heat front office. Like, that's just what it is right now. Because I should have said Jimmy Butler versus everybody, but he just trying to get traded, so it's not everybody. So Dave, we talked about it a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, man?
Bruh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm so confused about everything that's going on. Man, look. Shout out to Heat Nation, because I'm pretty sure Heat Nation is tuned in right now. Look, man, I'm not sure what's going on with the front office and Jimmy, but it seems like they really just want Jimmy out of there, honestly. I feel like they just want him gone. For me, now some people may say it's because of the continuity of the team. You don't want to mess up and how everything is going right now. We just had 2 big wins that just happened just now. We beat Orlando Magic last night, and then we won a game before. And Bam had one of his best games last night, him and Khalil Ware, who's actually looking phenomenal right now. And I'm glad, like, Carl and a few other people, including myself, knew that Khalil Ware was going to be good when he came in. Yeah, I saw that too, Carl. I saw somebody try to compare him to Wemby. I would say he's our McDonald's Wemby. I would say.
I'm about to say,
you know how they say we got McDonald's at home. That's what we say when it comes to Khalil Ware. We got Wemby at home, kind of sort of. Not absolutely not the same player, but just his athleticism, his ability to shoot the ball, block shots, rebound. He's a really good player, and I like the way that he plays. But at this point now, we're just looking for the best deal to get him up out of there. They done lowered the asking price. Phoenix has kind of sort of backed out, but now Phoenix and Golden State are trying to work out a 3-team deal to try to help Jimmy get there. I'm not sure exactly all the information that it is, but man, I'm confused at the whole situation. I don't understand. I understand. Like I said, I understand the continuity of the team, how they're playing together right now. But you tell me, Joe, let's say Fox. Let's say he demanded a trade, right? And instead, let's say he has some situations where he gets suspended. Okay. When he comes back from suspension, you tell Fox, who's your best player on your team, that we are benching you for Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell is going to start, and even though Davion Mitchell is no longer on the team. But,
I get you.
But we're gonna start Davion Mitchell over you. You're gonna come off the bench for the rest of the season.
Fresh off of suspension too.
Fresh off a suspension.
So so he did his time.
Exactly.
And you still purging me. Okay.
How you think he's gonna react?
He gonna be upset. Trade me.
And would you be mad? Would you be mad at him for walking out?
As a teammate? Nah.
That's how I feel right now. That's how I feel right now. I'm not mad at Jimmy for saying that, okay, we're going to bench you and we're going to start Hayward Highsmith.
How come you don't want me, man?
Hayward Highsmith? That's who we decided to bench Jimmy Butler for? I get it. I get it. He's becoming for what the front office and he's becoming a headache. That's what the front office is saying. They're saying he's making it harder for everyone else. He always has said that he has no issue with his teammates, and he's shown that. If you look on his IG, him and Kevin Love are still having fun with this whole situation. Jimmy Butler just posted something about him being like, Tommy got no job. If you watch Martin, you know what that means. And Kevin Love posted
Training Day, right?
Training Day, Denzel Washington. Like, they having fun.
He posted Godfather too. He posted a lot.
Yeah.
He posted a lot of stuff.
Kevin Love he get an A+ for everything he's been doing to IG. I did not know he was this hilarious. I really
got that from LeBron.
Cap. That's cap. But this situation just needs to be over and done, man. They just trade him. Trade him away. Trade him away. I don't care what it is. At this point, you can't care what we're going to get. Let's be honest. We're not going to the finals this year. That's what the whole reason why we've been trying to hold on to Jimmy, because you want to run it again with the same team. It's not happening this year. Let's be honest about it, Miami. It's not happening. Get what you can. Send him wherever you need to go. Memphis is willing to take him for a 1-year risk deal. Send him to Memphis. We can get Gigi Jackson and maybe a pick. Do something. Do something. Holding on to him and then suspending him is only causing more drama over the team. You're not helping it. You're not helping the situation out. You're making it worse by also continuing to suspend him and then benching him for Hayward Highsmith. As I guess good or okay as Hayward Highsmith has played, he ain't played like Jimmy Butler. Let's be honest about this. And it's just controversy. You're continuing to create controversy. I understand he does not want to go to Memphis. He doesn't want to go to Memphis because he's not going to sign an extension there. But at the end of the day, just like any other team, he does not have a no trade clause. So you trade him to whoever gives you the best deal. At the end of the day, are you really going to continue to do him a favor and send him where he wants to go? Or are you just going to trade him for for the best big deal? Trade him for the best deal. Whatever deal is out there that you can get, that's the best deal for you. Just take it. It doesn't matter who it comes from. At the end of the day, you wash that off your hands. That's the situation you wash off your hands. Just get the situation over and done. Give Jimmy his opportunity to leave and go somewhere where he wants to go next year. Because at the end of the day, unless he goes to Phoenix, he's leaving in free agency, no matter where you send him to, unless it's Phoenix. He has made that clear. If you send him to Minnesota, if you send him to Memphis, if you send him to Golden State, if you send him to anywhere but Phoenix, he's going to opt out of he's going to opt out of his contract next season and hit free agency. So Miami, the only thing is you either keep him and allow him to play for the rest of the season and start him, because it doesn't make sense to bench him for Hayward Highsmith. You start him, you play him, or you trade him to where you get the best deal possible. Pat Riley and Mickey Arison and everyone else in the front office, get the situation taken care of, because it's not helping Miami Heat. I understand that we've won the last 2 games, but we are at 500. We are at 500. We're a mid basketball team. I know people don't like to hear that word, but it's the truth. We're a mid basketball team. It's an average basketball team right now. And I like the fact that Khalil Ware is starting now. It's about time. But keeping Jimmy Butler on this team, knowing that he doesn't want to be here, and knowing that you don't want him to be here anymore, is not helping the situation. And you can continue to spend him, and now you bench him for somebody who's not better than him. So just get the situation over and done before February 6th, please. Just get it done. and allow him to go flourish somewhere else. Be grateful for the years that he gave you while he was here. He gave you 2 finals appearances when no one thought that was gonna happen. He was a baller. We know what Jimmy Butler is in the playoffs. Give him an opportunity to go win somewhere else. Just do what you can with that and then move on and try to do what you can next year. And for you, Miami Heat fans and anyone else in Heat Nation that believes that in 2026 that we're going to have a chance to get Luka Doncic, leave the drugs alone. Please, because it's not happening. You tell me what superstar or what star is going to want to come to Miami after what they've seen the last few times we've had a superstar in this building, or the last few times we've had an opportunity to get a superstar in this building. When you give me that answer, then I'll be okay with that.
Let me tell you something. All right. Let me tell you something.
At one point.
Thank you.
I don't know what to say because I know what this. I'm with Dave on that one. You definitely need to take the best deal because there's no cleaning up from this mess.
You think the best deal is Memphis? You said?
I think the best deal is Memphis right now. It's either Memphis or Milwaukee. Milwaukee had a deal where they were offering Bobby Portis and Chris Middleton and a first round pick.
Yeah, I mentioned that last episode.
take that deal because you get Bobby Portis. You get someone else who's a big man who can also shoot and rebound and defend. That's what you've been wanting for a while, and that's a good backup for Bam and Khalil Ware as a big man. So do what you can to get that deal, or go to Memphis to get that deal with Gigi Jackson. Do something because Phoenix is only going to offer us Bradley Beal, and we don't want Bradley Beal. So do what you can.
He's not that bad, man. He's not that bad.
I know.
It's not about him being that bad. It's that contract. I'm not about to
that contract
him
is bad.
and him be stuck here because don't nobody else want him. No, let Phoenix deal with that problem.
Well, good contract for you, Bradley Beal. Kudos to you and your agent, but
yeah, great deal for you.
Trade clause on it too.
For Miami Heat, no.
That's crazy.
I mean,
no trade clause on it.
I didn't know Jimmy Butler had a no trade clause.
No, I'm talking about Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal. That's why I said trade him anywhere. That's why I said trade Jimmy Butler anywhere. He has no trade. He doesn't have a no trade clause. So trade him wherever you can get the best deal from. I understand he may be frustrated, but he already frustrated now. So
I mean, from a frustrated player to someone getting traded anyway to someone who just got a phone call saying that his coach got fired, and now he might be getting traded to San Antonio. I can't say anyway because right now San Antonio is on the radar. Another franchise that's in disarray and leaving a fan upset on this R2L panel. I don't think you're upset. I'm not going to speak for you, Joe, but just have you more in disarray. Fox is on the run. And Fox may be on the move, Joe. What's going on?
Shout out to Rich Paul.
Man.
Man. I kind of saw this coming. But here's the thing. Y'all know Fox my dog. It's my guy. This last episode, defending the man for he should be a starter on the All-Star team. I just defending him last Friday. But here's the thing. Keep it real. Am I ready to move on from De'Aaron Fox? Maybe.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, man. So, like, I'm looking at the timeline and everything. Number one, we had a decision to make. Keep Halliburton, keep Fox. What we do? We kept Fox. And what we do? We try to get stuff around Fox. You know what I mean? We got Sabonis. You feel me? For Fox. Fox never played with a big man as good as Sabonis. Well, somehow. Right? So we got Sabonis. We ain't got a new head coach. Made it to the playoffs the first year. First round, we take Warriors the 7 games. The 7 games, Steph showed up, Fox did. All right, cool. Learn from that mistake first time in the playoffs. He had a good playoff debut, though. I'm not gonna lie. The next year come, Fox went through like a 2-month stretch, y'all. I don't know if y'all remember this. When I was on King's Talk, he went through like a 2-month stretch when he played bad and he didn't talk to the media at all. I don't know if y'all remember that. I put in my old notes. I still got in my notepad on my phone. This is from January 24th, 2024. Almost exactly a year ago. De'Aaron Fox hasn't had a 30-point game in a win since December 29th versus the Hawks. That's a whole month from there. We won versus the Hawks, but it didn't feel the same. This is my notes word from word. Here are his numbers by the month. In October, 31 points, 48% from the field, shooting 8 threes a game, 37%. Remember, I bought the mask and everything. I was on here like Fox MVP. Remember that?
Swiping, no swiping.
Swiping, no swiping. November comes, 30 points a game, 49% from the field, 8 threes a game still, 35% from three. We was in the play-in, made it to the semifinal. I'm like, yo, why my guy not getting talked about MVP? I kept saying that. December, 29 points per game. And then January came. Average 21 points in January. This is why we missed the playoffs. We were in the top 4 seed, and then he just went on the stretch when I couldn't recognize this dude. 21 points a game, shooting 41% from the field, 35% from three. So, and on top of that, he wasn't even talking to the media. Like, he wasn't even stepping and talking to me as a leader doing the stretch. And I remember I made a video and I said, what's wrong with Fox? That was my video title. What's wrong with him? So that's just some stuff I didn't like at the time, but I brushed it off because Fox play kind of overcomes that stuff. And then you go back to this year. Fox wasn't playing. I mean, he had a 60-point game. He was doing okay, but in the crunch time, he wasn't really being his heroic self like he was the years prior, right? And we lost a lot of games in the clutch, which is, we could overcome that. But then Mike Brown gets fired. And obviously Mike Brown gets fired because of who? It got to be because of the De'Aaron Fox situation. They're being urgent. They know he's going to be a free agent coming up. He's not going to sign. So we got to get rid of somebody. Mike Brown. We get rid of Mike Brown. We get Doug Christie. We 11-4 since Doug Christie comes in. We playing pretty good. And then this news comes out. I feel like his mind is already made. So let's just move on from him, man. Let's just do it. Let's move on from him. Now, the question is, who are we going to get for him? Are we going to get future assets? Because they want to contend now. They got DeRozan, who's aging. Sabonis. You said who?
No, my bad. I didn't know you could hear me. I thought I was on mute. Go ahead.
I heard you. I didn't hear you clear, but I'm going to rewind it and see what you said.
Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, I knew he said Kuzma. I knew it.
Kuzma. Let's get Kuzma out of here. All right, so.
No, for real. Let's get him out of here.
So I think it's time. Now, if Fox were to say, I want to be a king, I want to stay, let's keep him. But he don't want to be here. You don't want to force somebody to stay somewhere they don't want to be. You don't want to be here. So when that news comes out when you're winning, that's like saying his mind already made up. His mind already made up. And I put it in the chat before the Wemby news came out. I said I think he wants to go to Spurs. And then the Wemby Spurs news came out. There's been some talk since the summertime because the Spurs help facilitate us to get DeRozan. So yeah, so I think he's gonna go because that was talks in the offseason. I'm like, yo, we better not trade him to the West. That's what I don't want. Don't trade him to the West. Trade him to Orlando. Trade him to the Wizards. Trade him somewhere in the East. Sorry.
The Bulls.
Trade him to the Miami Heat. No, but
I ain't go down to mention Miami. You go mention the Wizards in Orlando, but not Miami. Come on.
No, I mention Orlando. I like Orlando pieces more than the Wizards and the Miami Heat.
You got a point there.
Hey.
Unless you're getting Jimmy Butler back.
Nah, Jimmy Butler and DeRozan, that makes no sense. All right.
At least Jimmy's gonna shoot some threes.
How many is shooting a game now?
Well, Malik Monk, I don't know.
Like three or four a game.
Okay. 3 or 4. I mean, I guess it's an upgrade for him. DeRozan shooting three a game too.
He is?
Yeah, he's shooting a good amount now. More than usual.
Y'all gonna be the mid-range assassins.
No, bro.
Yeah, he's showing a good amount,
Probably like 1 or 2 a game. I don't know about 3 or 4.
I know I'm probably sizing it, but
yeah,
it's the trade market, man. That Adam Peters is rubbing off on you, man.
Hold on, he's shooting 2.6. I was close.
he was.
All right. But yeah.
Hey, go ahead, Blake.
That's all I got though, man. That's all I got. De'Aaron Fox, he don't want to be here. The hot spot right now, they're saying the Spurs and the Lakers are trying to get involved. Orlando Magic trying to get involved.
De'Aaron
Miami
Fox
Heat trying to get
they
involved.
said Lakers is not a destination for Fox.
We're not going to anything. The Kings want to trade on to the Lakers? No, we're not doing that. That's a rival. So we're not going to do that. Miami don't have the assets. Spurs, they have future assets and they have some young players over there. So I
got
don't know.
Terry for you. What you mean? We got something for you.
Yeah,
We already got Scary Terry in DC. We don't need one. I don't need one on the Kings too. But but yeah, that's my take on that, y'all. I think it's time to move on if he wants to move on.
Nah, you shocked me with that one, Joe. I didn't even think you was gonna say
But
that.
I'm good. I'm not with Fox, bro. I wasn't like this team this year, man. It's just like blah. It's blah right now.
Yeah, that's how I felt when the Cowboys cut Dez. I was like, you know what? It is what it is, man. You know.
Look at Dez Bryant, man. I'm watching this show that he on, and he quit.
He quit what?
He almost the little special force show. Like the third episode, he about to quit. I'm like, bro, you got to represent for the athletes. What you doing? Sorry if I hit a spoiler for y'all, but season
I didn't
2.
even know that.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
He went against Robert Ory on the thing. NBA won, by the way. Robert Ory smoked him, by the way. Robert Ory like twice his age. Come on, Dez Bryant.
Oh man. Well, we got to get. I mean, come on, man. Ever since the catch, no catch, Dez ain't been the same. I'm sorry.
And
but
the way he quit, he spazzed on the special force. He spazzed. I'm like, bro.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about now. Yeah, he definitely. Yeah, that was crazy. That was.
Like, he's definitely Dez Bryant right here.
Oh, no, that was the next topic along right there. Let's move on. Too much Cowboys talk, man. Well, I mean, this weekend in football, there was a lot of teams that haven't been on some would say been on magical runs, historical runs. Some teams were looking to be great like they were in the 90s. And one of these teams here is, and I know y'all backstage thinking I'm talking about the Commanders. I'm actually talking about the Buffalo Bills. Sorry, man. I gotta wait one more. Y'all gotta wait one more topic. I'm sorry.
The Bills got ready. They started sitting up and everything.
You see?
Put the shades on.
I said something about the 90s. They like, man, what you talking about the 90s for, man? Cowboys, they definitely are treating them like Dame Dash. But the Bills been on the Super Bowl drought too. The Bills been to the Super Bowl a few times back in the 90s. I think they went like 4 times straight and lost all 4. So them trying to get there again with Josh Allen was going to be a very, very magical time for them. But then Mahomes just had to do Mahomes things in Arrowhead. And he took down the Buffalo Bills 32-29 as the Chiefs advanced to the I don't even know how many times they haven't been to the Super Bowl so much I stopped counting. But they on the road to do a 3-peat.
It's their 5th time.
I know you know. You and the Patriots. I was waiting for Teddy Common to pop up, but I was like, you between the 49ers and the Patriots, and I don't know, depending on how the weekend go, the Eagles might be on the same wave as you, Dave. I'm just saying. If it happened to them too, they're gonna be like, I'm done with the Chiefs. But 4th and forever. And I'm also say 4th and forever because this is another team that almost had forever to get to the Super Bowl. But Joe, Josh Allen did his thing, man. I can't sit up here and say he didn't have a moment. Like, he was balling. He tried to do what he could. How you feel about this game?
Shout out to Spags. This game came down at the end of the game on that 4th down play when he threw that to Kincaid and then he dropped it. But he sent that corner blitz and Josh Allen didn't see it. And Josh Allen rolled out to the side where the blitz was coming and he was rushed to throw that pass and he dropped the pass. But shout out to him. And also the Buffalo Bills. I felt like, the Buffalo Bills, they did enough to win that game. But, James Cook was cooking the whole game. Hand the ball off. They came out in the 3rd quarter after they stopped the Chiefs. They come in the 3rd quarter and ran the ball almost every time, and they got all downfield and scored. James Cook was literally unstoppable. He averaged 6.5 yards per carry. Only 13 carry. He had 85 yards. I think he had 85 yards early in the 4th quarter or late in the 3rd quarter, and I ain't seen him run the ball since. So they should have ran the ball more. And the tush push, bro, if you're going to do the tush push, do it right. Put everybody in the backfield. They got one guy pushing Josh Allen. I'm like, dog, put everybody in the backfield and do the tush push the right way. They did a tush push like 5 times. They kept failing. They were doing it from the 2-yard line. I'm like, what y'all doing, bro? Just running with James Cook. What y'all doing? So But Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. When the money was on the line and he needed to make a play, he did it every time. I gotta give him his credit. Like the game is so slow for him. It's amazing. Like he playing this game. Like not one time I watched this game and I was like the Bills gonna win. Not one time, even though it was a 3-point game, because Mahomes is in full control. So shout out to the Chiefs, man. They got a chance to make history and win 3 in a row.
Hey,
It was the refs again. So nah. Man, this was a good game. It was honestly a good game. I wasn't surprised that the Chiefs won. I expected it to happen. Just like we all said, until we see somebody beat the Chiefs, that's who we're going to see to represent the AFC. The AFC Championship game is pretty much the Chiefs Invitational. That's pretty much what you got to call it now. It's what, 7 straight years they've been in the AFC Championship game?
Dang.
7 straight years he's been in the AFC Championship game. And he's made it to the Super Bowl 5 times.
it must be nice.
He already has 3 Super Bowl MVPs. Now he's in the championship game again. Going against another rematch that he's had already against the Eagles. He had a rematch against the 49ers last year after he beat them in 2019. Now he's back again. Playing against another team he had already beaten. You know what's crazy? The other 3 quarterbacks that have just about the similar kind of numbers, and it's actually 4 quarterbacks in the playoffs that have similar numbers against Patrick Mahomes. No, it's 3. I'm sorry, it's 3. Is Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, no, not Joe Burrow, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. And none of them have been able to beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Not one of them. So my thing is, what is it? What can the team do to be able to beat them? It's either some reason they have to dominate the time of possession or something. But the Chiefs, the Bills just didn't take advantage of that. James Cook, like Joe said, was dominating, especially on that drive in the third quarter. I think they ran the ball 21 out of 22 times. And he had positive yards every single time he touched the ball. And after that, they just got away from him. Why is it that in big games, coaches tend to go away from what got them there? That's what confuses me sometimes. That's what pisses me off about Kyle Shanahan. That's what Todd Monken and the Ravens did in the game against the Bills. They went against what got them there because there was zero design runs for Lamar Jackson in that game. That's not what got you there for real. And now Sean McDermott and was it Joe Brady is the offensive coordinator? You go away from what got you there. What got you the lead, honestly, because that touchdown gave them the lead in the game.
That touchdown was crazy.
And it was nothing that they could do to stop James Cook. And the crazy thing is the Chiefs haven't allowed 100-yard rushes in 18 straight playoff games. 18 straight playoff games, they have not allowed a 100-yard rusher. James Cook had an opportunity to do that, but you got away from him. If you just kept running the ball with him, and like Joe said, and you did the tush push right instead of a freaking quarterback sneak, that's pretty much what it was. It wasn't really a tush push. It was the quarterback sneak.
I know. I didn't get that.
It just didn't make sense. And yeah, some people may say he got the first down and he didn't. Either way, you don't. If you do the tush push the right way, you don't have to worry about putting that in the ref's hands. And I even saw some people on that fourth down play say that there should have been a flag thrown against the Chiefs. No, that wasn't roughing the passer. He got hit as soon as he threw the ball. That's a clean hit. It's just that it didn't go that way. There were some questionable calls that went in that game, but the questionable calls happen every single time in every single game. It's just what happens. And the Chiefs are just the more prepared team. They're more prepared in these kind of moments. They've been in these moments multiple times over the last few seasons since Patrick Mahomes started for the Chiefs. They were just ready for this moment. The Bills just, I don't know. The Bills are now 0-4 against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. So I guess the 4 in a row thing is just normal for the Bills. 4 straight Super Bowls, lost 4. 4 straight times against the Chiefs, lost all 4. So
I think he
maybe-
beat him every time in regular season too, if I'm not
He do.
mistaken.
That's the only time.
nah, he lost.
lost one?
He lost one regular season game against Mahomes.
Probably the first one because he beat him last 3 times.
Yeah. He's I think Mahomes is 1-4 against him in the he's 1-4 against Josh Allen in the regular season, but 4-0 in the postseason. That's what matters more. It's the postseason. So good luck next year, Buffalo.
Man, seeing that kid go up there on the podium and say, "Man, this sucks. This sucks, man." I mean, sometimes you can check out of a pass play and call a run play. That's all I'm saying, Josh. Like, you don't have to throw it every time. But again, it did come down to that blitz. And out of all the coordinators that get potential job offerings, nobody is called Spags. Nobody. Like, I understand Aaron Glenn. I understand all these other defensive coordinators, offensive coordinators who's getting everybody eye. But you talking about 5 straight Super Bowls? Like, Spags has been a defensive coordinator for every single one of them. And majority of these playoff runs, Mahomes has hurt his ankle somehow, some way. And his defense finds ways to step up. Like, I don't get it. And Spags knows how to dial up a blitz in the right moment. It's like he's playing Madden. It's like he's just like, you know what? I'm going to get him right here. He's not even going to know where it's coming from. Bruh, shout out to Mahomes and them for doing what they doing. Shout out to Josh Allen again for getting to another AFC championship and making this game actually entertaining again, because it was another entertaining one between the two. When I looked up, I was like, oh, not the Bills actually about to win the game. And then Mahomes did Mahomes magic, like you said. And Joe, I agree with you 1,000%. And I don't think it's just Mahomes that the game has slowed down for. I think it's the entire team at this point. Like, the entire team just follows his lead. And you got to think, shout out to D-Hop, Xavier Worthy made big plays.
He bought out.
They were just finding ways to make things happen. And I will say this, Eagles fans, you don't have to worry about Bradbury messing up a play for y'all this year. So that's a positive with y'all going to the Super Bowl. But this is going to be another good one. It's going to be another good one. Shout out to the Bills.
And I do want to say, the Bills ran the ball. They stuck with their 3-headed monster situation when James Cook was really cooking. They should have just kept. It's a playoffs, baby. Give it to your guy. Give it to James Cook. Let James Cook take load these carries. So that's what I think they made. I don't think they threw the ball too many times.
Let him cook.
Let Cook cook. Ray David. I get that. Y'all all right, but Cook was different. I
like his brother over there in Dallas. Shout out to the Chiefs again for making it to the Super Bowl. But Joe, you know what time it is. I think we got the layout ready. I think we got it ready. I think I did it. So we might have 5.
Okay.
If it's not, we still fix it while this plane is on the air. But I did say something about the 90s. So fellas, you can prep up now. It's your moment. He had it last week, and then he brought a band of brothers with him in the comments as well. We got Cam coming back, and we also got Mark. Okay, I just wanted to make sure Mark was listening to me, man. I just want to make sure you hear me, man, because we got Mark coming back as well, and we got to talk about it. One of the most anticipated NFC championship games came down to a running back. And I can't find. Oh, there it is. Hey Siri, Nick Siri, that is. Not you. I was about to say, I can't say the song yet. I gotta wait till she actually cut off, but y'all see the title. Commanders played the Eagles, and play dreams and nightmares. But the Commanders went out there, man, and they did something that they haven't seen since 1991. And the Eagles put up some scores that we haven't seen in the NFC Championship game since forever. So this game really was something to talk about, but I'm not gonna say too much because this is not my time. I'm gonna bring up the fellas so they can tell us what they got on their mind. What's up, fellas? What's going on? Hold on. I got a special introduction for y'all, man. Where's that?
Oh, man.
There it is. By standards. What's up, fellas? What's up?
What's going on? Haters going hate, boy. That hater Raiders. I'm telling you, that thing
Put
He
them
got a
tacos
whole
on.
case of it from Costco. He went to Costco. They had a 50-person line. He waited 3 hours for the haterade. He didn't even
I
care about it.
sure did. I got my ticket
I'm
and everything. I
telling
still got my
you.
ticket. I still got my
I'm
ticket.
telling you, it's crazy. You
Still
know,
got
the
my
haters really love. The haters really love.
It
You
is.
wanted us to be in the championship. I know you did, man. What's
Yeah.
up, brother? It's good to see you, man. At
Thank
least
you.
it's good to see you. Dave, it's good to see you. Joe's good to see you. Tom, it's good to see y'all.
It's great to see everyone that's up here, man. It's not for me though. Hey, Mark, what's up?
What's going on, man? I'm here. You know, I told y'all duck no wreck. Want to
I-
lose? Yeah.
Okay,
Made it to the
so
national championship. That's more than enough. You know?
we got about 55 seconds for you to talk about it. Go ahead. So 55-23, Commanders lose to Philadelphia Eagles. I'm not that excited, Mark, because I didn't want to see them go back either. You know, at the end of the day, but tell us what you thought about that game, Mark.
I mean, the game was it was. How can I say this? It was bad. It was bad play on us. I felt like we beat ourselves. The turnovers, the fumbles, letting Saquon run for the first touchdown, the first play of the Eagles' offensive drive. That was crazy right there. We had ample opportunities, even after that drive, ample opportunities to tie the game up or even get ahead, but we just couldn't hang on to the ball. When we actually gave them the ball on the regular side of the field, like a regular drive, they punted twice. And then the other times they was bailed out by penalties on third down. It was a whole pass interference, knocked them out of bounds on another play. It was just a lot going on that wasn't, that's not blaming on the refs or nothing like that. But I mean, we lost that game because we fumbled ultimately. Whether we got the fumble back and we came out of the pile with the ball, it didn't really matter. So I mean, it was not us against the ref. We still fumbled on that play. So I mean, we should have just gotta. I don't feel bad. I just feel like I know that I was talking a lot of trash throughout the season, but I don't feel bad for what happened. I'm mad that we lost the way that we did, like we fumbled like that. Because I feel like if we wouldn't have fumbled, they would have scored 55. We would have scored 56. Like if we would have had the ball, we would have just not turned the ball over. I feel like we would have had a great. It would have been a different conversation, I should say. So I mean, it's our fault. Congratulations to the Eagles. I know in the last show I said whoever win this matchup right here gonna be the one to win the Super Bowl. I take that back. I hope the Chiefs win. So yeah, I take that back. I hope the Chiefs win. I don't want it to be us. I don't want to be them. But yeah, man, just congratulations. I'm happy for Saquon. I said it in the chat after we lost. I'm happy for Saquon. Now him not getting that record don't look too bad if they win the Super Bowl. I mean, I still wanted him to get the record because even after the Super Bowl, it's going to stand forever. Like I don't think it's going to be broken again no time soon. But that's how I felt about the game. It wasn't. I'm not hurt or anything like that because we made it farther than I mean, I know I expected the Super Bowl, but we made it farther than anybody. I mean, actually anybody. There's only 2 teams that made it farther than we did in the whole NFL. 2 teams, Eagles and Chiefs. Everybody else, we went farther than they did. So I mean, it is what it is, man. Rookie quarterback. New situation, $100 million. I'm fine. 8 draft picks. I feel good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Go ahead, Cam.
Same thing for my brother, man. Thank you, Mark. We brothers now, man. I don't feel so bad about it, but when I was watching the game, it reminds me of I'm in 4th grade, man. I'm talking trash to the teacher. I said, I'm feeling froggy this day. So what ends up happening? I'm talking crazy to the teacher. The teacher says, "I'm gonna call your parents." I say, "Call my parents." I'm feeling froggy to call my parents. When I end up finding out she really called them, my aunt got on the phone, say, "When you get home, you know what is mine." I'm telling you, listen. My school from my home probably was a 5-minute walk. I took about 25 to 35 minutes to get home. That's how this beating felt a bit. It felt like a long walk home because we had gotten so far. Now, those 3 fumbles, I'm going to be honest, without those 3 fumbles, we win the game, in my opinion. And this is why. I know this is a jump. I know this is a leap. When we're looking at the Eagles, I think I listened to Dave. Dave killed the segment before. Shout out to you, Dave. He talked about the Chiefs being a prepared team. Washington, never being there before, wasn't as prepared as the Eagles. Prepared in the ways, and what I mean by prepared, they didn't have the personnel, they didn't have the experience, they didn't have a lot of things that the Eagles are familiar with. Just even being able to execute the tush push in the way that they've been able to execute it shows a somewhat excellent team. And so Washington hasn't been able to build that momentum. We always say momentum doesn't go up and it doesn't. I mean, momentum doesn't stay stagnant. It goes up or it goes down. And so when we recognize what was happening with Washington, we had somebody that can change the momentum instantly, but we had that momentum going in a downward spiral, and it really affected our team in a drastic way. So when we even look at the game, such as Mark was saying, we had three major turnovers, and even with those turnovers, we really considered like we still can win this game. That was the crazy part to watching the game. We still had the ability to win the game. But when I kept looking at the score, man. If we didn't have these 3 turnovers, man, we would have been at least right there to give Jaden Daniels the ball. The last point I'll give, we didn't give Jaden Daniels enough time to have the football. And when you look at the statistics, Washington, surprisingly, with 3 turnovers, had the same time of possession, almost the same as the Eagles. That's really a mind is going to blow your mind. Imagine if Jaden Daniels has the ball for 5 to 7 more minutes. Imagine if we're able to execute. Jaden Daniels threw a late pick, just trying to play a bit of hero ball, but we haven't seen that personality or characteristics all year long. So we can erase that interception. When we look at Jaden Daniels having the ball during clutch time, he's gonna make it happen. Clutch time, the gap was so insurmountable. We had to play catch up so much. It was challenging to get back. So altogether, I genuinely believe the Eagles were the better team. I honestly, you got the better running back, the better line, the overall better defensive line, more camaraderie on the defensive end, more camaraderie on the offensive end. But the one thing they didn't have that I believe we have better coaches, in my opinion, and I do believe we have a better quarterback. I believe we have better coaching. I don't, and I'll say this. When I mean by better coaching, I believe the coaching that we have could have gotten us the victory. Now, overall, I give it to the Eagles. Number one, defense, things of the sort. When we talk about what Cliff Kingsbury, Dan Quinn, these guys were able to do this year, I don't know if there was another coaching staff that will be able to get these guys to the NFC Championship. So that escalates them a bit further and puts them right on a plateau, at least this year, not overall, but this year in a space surpassing a lot of other coaches. Not overall, but in this space. And if I was to go ahead and give a coach of the year, I'm going to go with Dan Quinn. He just did something this year that I feel like we haven't seen. Jaden Daniel has a talent, but, man, the coaching staff did a phenomenal job. So that's my 2 cents. I'm sticking with it.
Okay, well, we got an Eagles fan that just showed up, so we want to hear his take on the opposite side of things. Joe, we might have to do the family feud squares. I don't know, but we can bring it. All right, so let's bring Blaze on up.
Oh, we got to bring him in the right way. You got him? I got it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm here now. What's up, fellas?
What's up, Blaze?
What's going on, Blaze? It's been a minute
great,
since you've been on the show, man.
I'm just sitting backstage, man, and I just can't believe the delusion that comes out of the mouth of the Commander fans. I just can't believe it. It boggles my mind how delusional this fan base is. Like, it's ridiculous. Cowboys, I thought it was y'all, but it's not. They got y'all beat because you give them an inch, they're going to take them out. And it's just unbelievable. But first off, I would like to start off by saying, great win, Eagle Nation. Commanders, go home, reassess, reevaluate, back to reality, come back next year and see if you can do it again. Because this is our second time in 3 years, all right? So when you talk about coaching, let's take that into consideration. But also, I wanted to address the Corius, but he called out sick today for whatever reason. And I told myself, I said, I'm not going to address him since he ain't have enough guts to show up on this show today. But, you know what I'm saying, I'm still going to do it. So since he wanted to talk so much about last game, let's talk about last game, right? Last game, the 22nd of December, where y'all went crazy in the uproar. Oh, we got it. Eagles ain't nothing. If Jalen Hurts was in the game, we would have won the game. Let's talk about it, right? Last game, December 22nd. We had 12 drives, right? I'm gonna just do a little. I'm not gonna be long on this. I'm gonna just do a little comparison, right? When Kenny Pickett played our game, right? We had 12 drives, 4 punts. We had 3 touchdowns. Those 3 touchdowns came in the beginning of the game. After that, we had 4 punts, 1 missed field goal, and 4 field goals. But every single time we had the ball, we had 5 turnovers on y'all. We got the ball in good position in our own territory. We wasn't able to convert. So y'all defense had some plays where we lost yardage. Y'all drew us back. Y'all sacked us. Got us out of field goal range. We had to punt the ball 4 times. We missed the field goal, but we ended up making 4. Okay, so let's talk about this game with Jalen Hurts being there the whole game. No Kenny Pickett, Jalen Hurts, right? 12 drives, the same exact drives as last time, 9 touchdowns, 2 punts, 1 missed field goal. So let me say something about, since y'all want to talk so much about last game, Mark and Decorius, right? Kenny Pickett, y'all say, oh, well, he had 170 something yards. Well, not you, Mark. I'm sorry. This is Decorius right here. Jalen Hurts had like 100. He averages right now about 150 or so, 140 or so yards. Kenny Pickett in his last 4 games, he had 170 yards. He had 150 yards. He had 160 yards. So he gave that parallel to show that whether we had Jalen Hurts or not, the game would have been the same exact outcome. Even with Kenny Pickett, because he was only looking at passing yards and things like that. He wasn't looking at the whole totality of things. That's what happens when you're a delusional fan. You don't look at everything. You see one thing and you run with it. So the thing is, Jalen Hurts is a difference maker, as I was telling him. I came on the show and I said, I don't care how many passing yards he has. I don't care if he has a -5 passing yards. Of course, I don't want him to have -5 passing yards, but just to show an example, I said, I know what he's not going to do. He's not going to cost us the game. He's not going to have a lot of turnovers, and he's not going to put us in position to lose. I even said on the show, I said I thought we was going to win 31-17, and that if the game was close going into the fourth quarter, we was going to seal the deal because Jalen Hurts is a proven closer. Regardless of how it looks, he's a proven closer. And now we have another proven closer in Saquon Barkley. And I knew that we was going to win this game. But it just so happened that we blew y'all out by 32 points. So I thought we was going to score 31, but we ended up winning by 32. So that's even better. Scored 55 points in y'all in the championship game, the most ever scored on any team in NFL history. That's pretty embarrassing. So I know y'all had a really, really great season, and I don't want y'all to feel down about the season. But yes, you definitely should feel down about this game because as much as y'all was talking, y'all stepped up there and y'all got beat down. So anyway, right? So now we go to this game. And we say, well, I think that we lost this game for ourselves. I, Usually, if a team loses by maybe like a score, maybe a score and a half, they could be like, yeah, we lost this game because if we would have did this, if we would have did that, if we would have did this, it could have been a different outcome. But when you go a whole game making so many mistakes as y'all did with the 5 turnovers, right? Or however many turnovers y'all had. I know y'all had 3 fumbles, and then you want to four turnovers, and then you want to talk about well, we had so many dumb penalties. I was saying in the chat the whole game that's undisciplined football. So regardless if you want to say, oh well, the penalties bailed them out. No, your defensive players bailed us out because they don't know how to play real defense, and they got exposed on the grandest stage. So that's who really lost the game for y'all. It wasn't. It wasn't. Yeah, let me take that back. Y'all didn't lose the game from yourselves. But what I'm saying is those penalties that is quote unquote, oh well, it bailed us out. No, y'all, they were real fouls. They were real flags. They had to be thrown. Then you get down on the goal line, and this guy who's an all-pro, Luvu, and who I said was going to be the X factor of y'all game on defense, he made a mockery of himself. Like he's an all pro, but nobody cares about that right now because he made himself the bid. And if for those who aren't from the DMV area, a bid is somebody who's the butt of the jokes. And that's what Lubu is. He's the butt of the jokes right now. Because what he did, I was just looking at it like, what are you doing? First time he did it, okay, cool. You trying to be Troy Polamalu. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You do it again. Now they hard counting and hard snapping on purpose. And you're still doing it. Your own teammates on your line looking at you like, what are you doing? And you keep doing it. So the referees had to step in and say, well, if you do this again, well, they've been warned you can't do this again. They did it again. And now they say, well, if you do this again, then we're going to give you a score. They could have just been petty and gave us the score because they already warned y'all once and y'all did it again. And that's in the rule book because I don't know it personally, but as it was going on before the referee even spoke, one of the commentators that they brought in, a referee official, he had broke it down and explained that, yes, referees can do that in that type of situation. So at the end of the day, y'all was totally unprepared. Y'all faced a team who been built for the Super Bowl, who made that their main focus. When the Commander fans that we know that's in our R2L chats was telling us, oh man, y'all better Mark, you right there. You say, man, y'all better chase that record with Saquon Barkley because if y'all don't get to the Super Bowl, y'all gonna feel bad about it. Well, as Jason Tatum and Kanye say, I guess we'll never know because we're in the Super Bowl right now. So at the end of the day, we had one goal in mind. We don't care how many passing yards Jalen Hurts was averaging throughout this year. We don't care how pretty it looked. We wanted to win. We don't care if they call our quarterback a running back. We don't care if they say our quarterback needs a running back to carry him. We don't care because it's only one thing. That's the goal when you're a Philadelphia Eagle fan, and that's winning. And that's pretty much all I got to say. So y'all did not lose this game for yourselves. We beat y'all down.
Okay, well, before because you like to talk about numbers and no context. You saying that we didn't have any? What you said we didn't. It was. I'm gonna ask you one question. They call the same game on both sides. Did they give y'all penalties?
I think they called. I think they. Yeah, I believe. I'm trying to answer. I believe they called a clean game.
You sure?
We were the more disciplined team. You could see that watching.
Well, I'm not blaming the game on the refs at all. Y'all won the game. Y'all got it. But I'm not gonna sit here and say that, like on a third down when it's 3rd and 9 and you throw a ball to Saquon and he don't get the first down, and if you don't get the first down, y'all punt the ball. But they call, you hit him out of. They say you hit him out of bounds, even though it was at the same time. And then they give y'all 15 yards on that penalty. Or when you got, they say Jeremy Chin was holding Dallas Goedert on an arm, and it was just like a touch when you do it in fast speed, which all cornerbacks, safeties, everybody do. They called a pass interference on that. That was another 3rd down. And those 2 plays, y'all wouldn't have got a field goal. That would have been a punt. So that would have put y'all back at 4 punts of this game that y'all did last game. And then on top of that, it's just like, yes, we fumbled. And we're moving the ball every time we're fumbling. We're moving the ball. Y'all not stopping us. We're going.
Y'all weren't getting into your own territory.
4th and 9. Y'all not stopping us.
Y'all weren't getting into the
ball. We're just fumbling. And
y'all weren't getting into our territory. Y'all were crossing midfield and getting to that 40, and we were shutting y'all down right there. Y'all wasn't.
It wasn't a shut down. That's what I'm saying. It was never shut down. It was just we fumbled. We punted the ball one time. Y'all punted the ball more than we did.
Let me say this real quick. What's your name? Teddy?
Dino.
I apologize, brother. Dino.
No, you good. You good.
That's probably the name wrong. Yeah. So you just might want to thank the Giants. You just might want to thank the Giants
for sure.
for all they've done for you. For all they care about you, they love you, they considered you. They recognize that your quarterback is actually a pedestrian. He's a pick machine. They recognize that. Say, you know what? We're not going to win for the next 10 years. Let's help them. They need help ASAP, early, never late, on time. They don't have their last they don't have their guy, Kelsey, he's gone. So we need to make sure we're their saviors because we don't want the Cowboys to win and the Commanders will. They don't really have anybody. So the Eagles look like they have the ability to do so. Let me go and gift them something. They're giving out Christmas gifts in Saquon Barkley. The Ravens, along with you guys, got the greatest gift in NFL history. When have you ever seen a Derrick Henry or Saquon Barkley go to a team for little to nothing? So I understand your esteem and how excited you are and how puffed up you are. When you recognize that the tooth fairy came in, Santa came down the chimney, looked out for you and your family, it's like, dang, Mommy, I thought you bought all these presents. No, no, no. It was really Santa Claus. Santa blessed you, and you should be proud, happy, and you should have a bit of esteem. Because without him, we recognize that your quarterback is a pick machine. He's in fact a pick machine. He's not better than the rookie that we have. And he would have destroyed you. Cool. I'll give you respect. Your team was more prepared and all these things. But I want you not to leave this space feeling so confident because your team saving grace is handing that ball off to daddy. Hand the ball off to daddy, let him run. Because at the end of the day, well, your quarterback, he's like the little cousin or the little brother on the team. Okay, let's just save him a bit by handing this ball off. So I understand, Dino, that you're excited, feel a bit of steam. But at the end, I want you to walk away from this conversation understanding that your team
Most
would have
definitely.
been would have been out of the first round if it wasn't for Saquon Barkley.
I'm gonna just
So
say this too.
Hey, hold on.
have
I'm
your
gonna just say
time
this
now.
before.
Hold on. I
Oh,
got
Before
let
you
Jack.
say something,
No,
Jay.
no.
Blaze got to
I
respond.
said
I gotta
nothing about
respond. I
Jalen
gotta
Yeah,
Hurts
let
respond.
Blaze
at all.
respond.
I just
I
want y'all to
gotta let
know
him
that.
respond.
I
Hold on, we
gotta
gotta let Blaze
respond.
respond. I
I
was
gotta
not expecting
respond.
I
that.
said
Go
nothing
No,
about
no,
Jalen Hurts the whole time. I
no,
just wanted to put
no,
that stamp
no. I
out.
gotta respond.
Mark, that's music to your ears, man.
I ain't say
My
nothing about Jalen Hurts.
so
So
my
Hey,
what's your name? I'm sorry, sir.
before you go, Blaze, I ain't nothing about it. Hurts. Go ahead.
What's your name,
that's for
sir?
AJ.
That's Cam,
You say
Cam,
who?
Cam.
Cam. Okay, Cam.
Mhm.
All right, nice to meet you, brother Cam.
Nice to meet
Okay,
you, bro.
so I'm not really one of those fans that like, don't talk bad about my player, don't talk bad about my receiver quarterback. It is what it is, right? But I gotta stop you with one thing you said because it was totally false and unreal. You say if you want to say Jalen Hurts isn't the best quarterback, I can understand. If you want to say he doesn't throw the best ball or get a lot of passing yards, or even like he doesn't throw for a lot of touchdowns, I would give you that. But you can never say he's a pick machine. He's not. He's the only quarterback in NFL history who went seven. Currently, now he's on the streak, 7 games without an interception. First time that's ever been done in NFL history, right? And then you go back to the season. I'm not exactly sure his numbers, but I want to say he
15
only
picks.
had about
15
maybe
picks.
6 to 7 turnovers,
He
six
throwing
to
the
Yeah,
seven
ball
15.
like
interceptions,
13 times a
if
Yeah,
that
game.
many.
15
I
picks
would
in
say
2023. 15 picks in
last season,
2023.
okay, and that's fine. So I'm glad you want to talk about last season, right? Last season we still beat y'all, and you know what I'm saying we was in the playoffs, y'all wasn't. But last season, yeah, it was a bad season for us. I admit that. I've been saying that. I know you wasn't here on the last episode, but that was a bad season. Our whole team fell apart. Jalen Hurts wasn't good last year. I'm not an unrealistic fan. I know, right? But to say he's a pick machine, and when he was doing those interceptions, that was in the beginning of last year. Even when we was losing all those games, he wasn't turning the ball over. We wasn't converting. So he's not a pick machine. He's not.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
if you want
No,
to say that and even if you want to say, okay, bro, JD is better than Jalen Hurts. That's just a delusional Commander fan. JD had a great year, right? But my thing is, as like watching football, I know you're old enough. You've been watching it for a while, right? So it's
hmm
like we never really judge a player just off of 1 year and elevate them into a stratosphere over guys who has a resume and sort of been doing this for multiple years. We never really do that. So I'm not going to take
hmm
nothing away from your quarterback, but I'm not going to say he's better than Jalen Hurts.
No,
Because I
not.
mean, I seen a guy on Sunday go against y'all, and mind you, when Jalen Hurts played y'all, Jalen Hurts' record in the last 2 years is 4-0 against y'all. When he played, y'all haven't beaten Jalen Hurts in the last 4 games that he played in. So regardless if second little cousin quarterback is beating up on I guess supposedly big cousin, but I don't see a big cousin on y'all team. And I want to skip
Mhm.
one back thing too. I said about the panel last time, right? I said I didn't think it. I said Louisville was going to be the X factor for Commanders on defense, but I didn't think they was going to have an X factor on offense. And honestly, they really didn't because no one made any plays to impact anything. Ertz was the best person on your offense that you could say, okay, well, he had a really good game. But X Factor, no, he wasn't because he did nothing to impact the score, did nothing to impact the plays, did nothing to impact the outcome. So y'all really didn't have an X Factor on the offense. I was correct about that as
You sure
well.
about that?
If you
I'm
if you
sure.
consider, I'm gonna let Mark. If you can,
Didn't he lead everybody on in the game and like receiving
Listen,
yards?
I'm not talking about the stats. I'm saying did he impact it though?
We
Did he
fumbled every
impact
time we
it?
got a chance to, so
Those
we don't
are
even know
empty
if he would have.
calories. As my
So
brother Javon would say, the RBO zone, those empty calories. Empty calories. He didn't impact the game at all.
it's
He
not.
was
It's
not an
not.
X factor. I'm sorry, he wasn't.
yeah. Let me say this.
Yes,
No,
sir.
if I'm being honest, I do believe that you guys have the better team. That's strict honesty. You guys have the better team, offensive, defenses. I do not believe Jalen Hurts is a bum. I do believe he would be exposed if he didn't have what he had. He has a solid situation. Jaden Daniels, however, is in the most improbable situation and making the best out of it. The best. I mean, he's making lemonade for the whole uptown South Side. He's making a lemonade for everybody from what he has. I mean, De'Ami Brown came out of nowhere, as I said last week. You got Zach Ertz, who hadn't played in a while. You got rookie offensive lineman. You have St. Juice looking like a pedestrian at cornerback. You have so many things that was going on throughout this
St.
season, but
Juice.
somehow, some way, Jalen Hurts was able to win games. I do think you guys, if you guys want to win a championship, you got to run the ball. That's my biggest thing. You got to control the ball. And I think if I'm being honest, I would be nervous if I was you guys. Reason being, I didn't think Jalen Hurts looked that sharp during the game. I didn't think he looked that sharp. I didn't think he read very well during the game. I think they shouldn't have allowed the level of caliber of defense that we had. We don't have a high caliber defense. We have some dogs. I appreciate what Luvu did jumping over the line. I appreciate that because he never quit. When you consider how much we got to Jalen Hurts, how much we pressured him, even if the linemen were to contain a bit more, we would have saw some different outcomes. So you're gonna play up against a different defense. I think your best option is running that ball. But you'll prove me wrong that Jalen Hurts is not a pedestrian because the ball is going to have to be put in his hands in order for you guys to win the game. I don't think they just going. I could be wrong, and I hope I'm honestly. I like you guys as team. If I'm being honest, I'm thinking that you guys are going to have to run the ball and have an effective play action and read option and RPO game if you guys want to beat these guys.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
My bad. I ain't mean to cut you off. I want to
No, you good.
respond to that one. I do believe that this game that Jalen Hurts just played was the best game he's played since the Steelers game. Because
Okay.
if you just look at how like even the pressure, like he took a couple of sacks that wasn't necessary, but for the most part, he just throwing the ball away, and that's what he was doing the year we first went to the Super Bowl. He wasn't taking sacks, he wasn't turning it over. If he ain't got it, he just gonna throw it away. So and even just look, people love passing yards so much. He had like 260 something passing yards,
Mm-hmm.
4 total touchdowns. So I feel like this was one of his better games of since the Steelers game. But another thing I do want to say about the whole rushing thingy, I remember, I don't know exactly how many rushes Saquon ended with, but I do remember we was up like 38. We had like 38 or something points. It was like in the beginning of the fourth quarter or at the end of the third quarter. And I went in the chat and I said, yo, Saquon only got 9 rushes. He had a lot of yards, but he only had 9 rushes. We weren't
15.
running the ball that much. But we were just getting down the field and we were scoring. Like we wasn't running the ball that much. So I don't know what he ended with. But I know like at the end of the third or early fourth, he didn't have a lot of rushes. He had hit double digit rushes at some point in the fourth quarter. So and at that point, like I said, we had already put up over 30 points in that game, and it wasn't because Saquon was dominating the ball with time of possession. That was all Jalen Hurts. So
No,
I
for sure.
mean,
Saquon had 3 touchdowns. He had 15 carries, I believe, for 115 yards.
that's
If I'm
not a
not
lot of
mistaken.
carries.
Yeah.
15
And
carries ain't a lot.
honestly, after that first run, I think we did a really, really, really good job on Saquon. Like we did a really good job on Saquon. I know in the red zone,
We didn't rush a lot.
he probably
You
got
didn't
more
do a good job. We
TFLs
wasn't
that
rushing
game
the
than he probably
ball.
got in the whole season, for real.
We wasn't rushing the ball.
Huh?
Listen, we wasn't rushing the ball.
But when he
Saquon,
ran the ball, we stopped it. That's what I'm saying. It's just
we
he did
barely
in
ran.
the goal
How?
line when we got to like the 10-yard
His
line.
first two
He ate. I ain't gonna
possessions,
lie.
he had a touchdown. His
Yeah,
first two possessions,
and
he
then when y'all
scored.
got to the 10-yard line, he ate. I ain't gonna lie, but in between that, he wasn't he wasn't gashing us like he normally do.
Because he
I
didn't
think he did
throw
a
it.
really good job on it.
Because he
I think
didn't.
what really killed us is the
How many?
turnovers, man, and the penalties
Somebody
that
look up
kept
how
y'all
many
drives on.
yards per carry he had. Because that's going to tell whether you shut it down or not. Because
Oh
we
no,
only
Eight.
yeah,
won a lot.
7.9.
How
It was
many?
eight yards per
Eight
carry.
eight
Seven
yards
point
per
Yeah,
carry
nine.
and 15 rushes.
7.9.
Y'all did not shut him
7.9 to
down.
be exact, but 8 if you
Y'all
want
did
to
not
add.
shut him down.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's not. Yeah, I don't think we shut them down, but
Y'all did not shut him down.
I'm
Stop
not.
it.
comparative to
Delusion.
I'm
what
not saying. I got the
Comparative to
He's
what
delusional.
comparative to what Washington, and I gotta head out, but I'll say this: comparative to what Washington does on defense regarding the run, there were many times where they got Saquon Barkley, arguably top 2, top 3 in the league, in the backfield, stopped and went cold blood like that. That's what I think Mark is talking about.
hold on, time
We're
out, time out. Hey
seeing.
Joe,
Hold on,
that's
we gonna let
first, the first
hold
running
on,
game.
Mark. Hey, Mark, hold on,
I
because
cut you
Cam
off.
about to get out of here, so we gonna let
Okay.
you finish.
Yeah,
So, Cam, go ahead, get your
yeah.
last
So
word. So Mark can go ahead.
no,
And jump in.
that's all I'll say. So I think that's what Mark is talking about in regard to the Washington Commanders D line really stepping up and stopping them a few times. But all I will say is next year. I mean, this year for Philly is going to be a pivotal year. You guys win. I think you guys got an opportunity to keep that steam rolling. But if you lose, there's going to be some reevaluating things that you guys got to look at because I know the Commanders coming. If I'm being honest, I believe Dallas is coming. I don't think Dallas is going to be a sorry. I don't believe Dallas is going to be a sorry. I'm just being. I thought that this year, and we started to see that. My personal opinion. I think the Dallas because what I recognize even with Dallas this year at the middle of the year when they started getting a bit more healthy, they won like 2 or 3 games in a 2 or 3 game stretch. They looked a bit stronger, but they didn't have all their players. All I'm saying is the division is going to be a bit different. So altogether, y'all, I think we just witnessed greatness in the making with Jaden Daniels. We're going to see him run the NFC East at least for the next 10 to 15 years. And hopefully the NFC for the next 5 to 10 years. So hopefully that's the plan, you guys. But thank y'all for having me. I appreciate y'all. Got to meet some new people, man.
Nice
And
to meet you, brother.
Joe, Dave, Tomo, always a pleasure. Mark, Dino,
Anytime,
man, blessed to meet y'all, man. Thank y'all again. Have a blessed one, all right?
Thanks for
You too.
coming in. Hey, you need to
All right.
join. You need to join our NFL chat immediately.
Say no more. Say no
Okay.
more.
Okay, I did want to address the little Saquon thing real quick because his first run was, I believe, 68 yards, wasn't it? First run was like 68 yards. And then he had 2 10-yard runs.
It was 60.
68,
to be
70,
exact.
88.
It was 60
Yeah.
yards.
Okay, so he had 15 carries.
Mhm.
If you take away those 3 runs, was 68, 10, and like another 10, that's 88 yards. So he had what? 12 rushes for
That's
the
great.
math.
That's great.
What was that, Matt? I'm
12
just
rushes
saying.
for 88 yards?
Huh?
You say it will be 88 yards if
He
whatever you
had
took away?
3 rushes for 88 yards.
Oh, okay.
Everything else was we did what I'm saying is we did do a good job on Saquon. Is
I
what
don't
I
think
said.
okay.
I mean, you can say that because
But I
you
don't.
got
I'm gonna
one
just
rush
say.
for 68 yards. You can
I'm gonna
get
tell
2
you. I'm
rushes
gonna
for
tell you why I don't
losses
think
and
you did a good
still
job. I'm gonna tell
average
you why.
12 yards a carry.
I'm gonna tell you why you didn't do
Mark,
a good job on Saquon because last game we played y'all, Saquon ran it over 20 times, and y'all contained them better than y'all did last game than y'all did this game. He only ran 15 times, and like I say, when we was already up by like a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all lost by 32. So when we was up by a lot or whatever before we scored 55 on y'all, he only had 9 rushes. So we wasn't playing we put our guys in at the very end of it. Like it was over. We didn't have to run him 20 times or 25 times. Y'all was not gonna stop Saquon Barkley. The very first play of the game shows y'all that. And I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna lie
but the
because
tush push
when
three
y'all first got
times.
the ball and the game plan y'all had on that first drive, I'm like, we in for a long day. Y'all went 17 plays. And like it's not we couldn't stop it. We didn't get no pressure on JD or anything. But what happened is when we came out and scored, and then y'all came back and y'all didn't score, and then we came and scored again. Y'all had the whole play a whole total different game, and that played into my defensive hand, our defense hands. I said on the panel, I said I want Jalen Hurts to throw it about 50 times a game. I mean Jaden Daniels to throw it about 50 times a game. And it's not because I don't think he has a good arm or that he can't throw. It's not that. But it's like I watched last game and I seen the biggest plays that killed us when we played on the 22nd was him extending plays and running for first downs. He had 81 yards off of that. So I'm like, we can't allow him to do that. If we could force him to just throw the ball and limit the amount of times he run and the yards he get, we're gonna win this game. And that's exactly what we did. We only let him run it 6 times for I think it was 40 something yards, 46
Yeah, he
yards,
48.
averaged 8 yards. He averaged
48
what, 8 yards a
yards.
carry.
That's a contain, huh?
He averaged what, 8 yards a carry.
Yeah, but he only ran the ball 6 times.
He only
I
ran
know,
the
but I'm
ball six
saying like
times.
every time he
Yeah,
could have
it was
got
8
the
yards to
chance
carry though.
to, we fumbled the
I mean,
ball.
cool. Listen, you can never see you. everybody know if a quarterback run the ball, their yards per carry is going to be up. Like it's a quarterback. You could get 10 yards per carry running as a quarterback. It's not the same as running as a running back. So saying his yards per carry is 8, I mean, he's a quarterback. He's already getting 8 yards before he see the first defender.
I'm just saying.
So that really don't say nothing.
Rushes.
So as I said,
in the
the
last
game
game,
plan.
15,
All I'm saying is
like
the game plan that you and Decorius thought was going to work when we did this panel on what day was that, Thursday? It didn't happen because y'all
my
wasn't
game
able
plan
to.
was JD5. Long as we got JD5,
and it didn't happen.
All right, so fellas,
And it didn't happen.
we got
so
2
fellas-
minutes. I'm sorry. We
All
got
I'm, this is my last verse. All I'm saying is that I came in here and said that we had to do with JD5, and if we did that, we was gonna win. We did it, and we won by 32.
Y'all got it. Y'all won.
That's it.
Y'all won. Y'all got it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
So thank you. All right.
I wish the Koyas was here, man.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. We're gonna set up a members only. We can get some get back. We got to do a NFC East panel.
Well, he got Owen for AJ.
He got he got to do that too. But I'm just saying we need another NFC East because
that ain't gonna happen until next year.
For what? You on the couch with us? You might as well
next
come
season. Next season is gonna happen.
All right, let's get our last word.
Season. The only reason I'm doing this hard is because of how much trash I was talking.
Yeah,
Blaze,
everything you dished out was deserving. So yeah. That's why I was laughing.
I'm not taking that away from y'all.
Y'all won. Y'all got it. But
now, if you would tell us on Sunday, I might be hurt, but I'm healed. I'm good.
Yeah, you good. Man.
you can throw a brick in my face. I'll be all right.
It's 2 days.
I'm good. That's a
little drastic.
My last words.
Verbally.
Let's get out. Let's get our last word.
We made it to the NFC Championship. Congrats to us. Congrats to the Eagles for y'all making it to the Super Bowl. We had a really, really, really good season. We see what we need to build on. We see what we have in quarterback at the quarterback position. If we need to get another running back, we can. You can say whatever you want about B-Rob. He's better than Najee. That's it. But I mean, like, we get a receiver in the draft, or we get him in free agency. We work on the defense in the draft. However we do it, I feel like we're gonna be real good next year. NFC East might be a 3-headed monster, but I'm not sure. Every time the Cowboys do something low key, they always come out and surprise everybody. So maybe them hiring somebody, they might surprise somebody. I don't know.
No expectations. They may be best like this.
They ain't gonna have no expectations, exactly. But we gonna have expectations because of what we just did. And as a Commanders fan, we gotta live up to those expectations. And I think we will. So that was my last words. And Jimmy, stay away from the Wizards, and we good.
Dang. Blaze, what's your last words?
Thanks for having me on, fellas. It's always a pleasure. I need to stop coming back regularly though, because this is really fun. So
for real.
I like this. But thanks for having me on again. And Mark, appreciate you as well. We be having our back and forth, but
we locked in.
But and y'all and again, shout out to the Eagles or whatever. Like, we definitely going to the Super Bowl, but shout out to the Commanders because, like I said, y'all had a really good season. And I definitely got to retire my troll hat pretty much from the Commanders. So y'all gonna be really I feel like y'all in good hands. Y'all gonna get it together. I'm not saying y'all not gonna be running NFC East. Y'all not gonna be better than the Eagles, but y'all gonna compete. Y'all gonna compete. I do see that. I feel like y'all gonna compete now. So
who's your troll hat for?
Huh?
Who's your troll hat for? Then?
Easy. It's the Cowboys. Easy.
Tomo is not you. It's not you.
I know it's not. That's why I don't reply no more. I just be like, go ahead, do your thing.
It's Big O. Big O, Big Cotto.
Cotto.
It's you, bro. It's you. It's only Cotto.
Appreciate y'all, fellas.
Hey, Vaughn, I just sent some shots at Vaughn because Vaughn, you was doubting Jalen Hurts too. And you ain't been saying nothing since after that game. So I seen you yesterday. I should have said something, but I didn't. I know you're gonna call me out about that, but I just thought about it.
If they losing streak, we heard from Vaughn no more. So
yeah, appreciate y'all though, fellas.
Yeah,
appreciate y'all for coming on.
Appreciate y'all.
All right.
See y'all in the chat.
All right.
Let's get it. That was good. All right, my last one.
That was a heck of a show.
Yeah, it was.
That segment was crazy.
Yeah, like I didn't feel bad about nothing they said. Like I'm really okay. Huh?
No, that was good.
Yeah, it was good. When Cam, I was on mute. When Cam took a shot at Hurts, I was like, dang! I was so surprised. He
I
went down
was,
hard.
I was too. He was
He
like,
said, "What's the name?
he was
What's
like,
the
your
name?"
quarterback's pedestrian. I said, what?
I know. I was like, dang, that's crazy. But then Blade had a good response. He said, "Some of y'all be like, you know." And let's end this. My last word, man. Be real quick. Shout out to Commander. I had a great year. Check us out on Phase at 9:00 Eastern Time. I know AJ got some stuff cooked up for me, but I'm ready. I'm always ready for war. I got my battle gear on. And shout out to the Kings. Do what you gotta do. I'm cool with it. And Wake Forest. I watched that game. Shout out to you, Dave. Duke won. It is what it is. We'll see y'all again. But that's all I got for y'all. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the super chat from Big O. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. Shout out to what I guess. That's all I got for y'all. Shout out to my brothers too. Gotta say shout out to my brothers.
Shout out to the show. Shout out to all the guests that came on today. Shout out to Blaze, Cam, and Mark. Appreciate y'all for coming on and giving us another electrifying show. Shout out to Tomo and Joe, of course, two excellent hosts that I get to share this stage with. Shout out to Duke, of course. You gotta say, I had to say, like, the coach at Jacksonville, Duval.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, man. Duval.
He from here. He went to school like 4 blocks from my house. He's from Rhode Island.
Makes sense then.
Yeah. I ain't trying to say,
but man, shout out to the Miami Heat, man. Get something done. Get something done. Just get the situation done. Wash the hands of the situation. Just get the situation over with. Shout out to San Francisco. We got Robert Saleh back in the building. That lets you know that our defense will be a lot better next year. But number one priority, make sure you re-sign Dre Greenlaw and Tyler Noah-Funga. Make that a priority ASAP. Other than that, man, that's all I gotta say. I ain't really got much else to say. Shout out to you, and shout out to everybody that watched the show, Heat Nation, everybody tuned in. We appreciate y'all, and shout out to all the new members that will be coming to the R12 family.
Man, shout out to all the new members that's joining the R12 family, and shout out to In the Red Corner for getting close to that 500 subscribers. We are now at like 451. If I got the number right, Ty, if you see this, charge it to my head and not my heart. So yeah, shout out to everybody that's subscribing to In the Red Corner. Shout out to everybody subscribing to all the shows on the network, because I'm telling y'all guys, man, we had the meeting and we said it. We set goals, and it's looking like, look, what Joe say or what they say, once you write it down, it's in the universe now. So you just got to keep speaking it. So let's just keep working. And I want to say one more shout out. Go ahead.
456.
456. Oh, the number keep going up. Shout out to that RG3 jersey, because that's why them subscribers are coming in. So Ricky, make sure when you see this, man, it's all on you, man. You did the hard work by putting that old jersey on. But shout out to our superstar members, man. Shout out to Worm, Joe, Dave, myself, Teddy, Cardo, Coach, Vaughn, Lamar, Giovanni, Chris, and our newest superstar member because of a bet. Shout out to Decorius, Deron Bland paid for that membership, man. So you become a member, you can be a part of these conversations off air, because y'all can clearly see we bring them on air and we give y'all a little bit of entertainment, but it really goes down in the Instagram chat. So become a member today. The tiers are below. They're also going to be at the end of the video. It's YouTube, so you can pause it and check out the perks. But you want to be a superstar member, $9.99 a month. You get all the perks. You want the bundle. You don't want just the one level where you join one chat. You want to be a part of all the conversations. Exactly. And shout out to Teddy for cracking that joke. If you're in the R2L chat, you know what joke I'm talking about.
Yes,
I need that background, Joe.
And Carl, he's a restricted free agent, but he needs to be re-signed.
A lot of inside jokes in the chats. All right, Charles, go ahead.
Make sure y'all come back for Unfazed, because we got the Eagles versus Commanders recap. So make sure y'all come back for that. It's gonna be good. It's Joe and AJ. You get to hear what Joe really got to say.
We're gonna be ready. All right, y'all. That's all we have for y'all today, and we'll see y'all next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe, and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.